Now, Behind the Law with Justin Clark and Allie Mack on ESPN 580 Orlando.
And welcome to the program. It's another edition of Behind the Law right here on ESPN 580 Orlando. My name is Justin Clark. Thank you for spending your weeknights here with us, 8 o'clock p.m. every single weeknight on our favorite sports radio station. Join us on Sundays if you'd like. It's Behind the Law on television, 10 a.m., TV 27. We'll spend the next hour with you talking about sports, law, and lifestyle. We'll do what's going on with Allie Mack. We'll play the Stump the Clarkie in the second half hour. You can try to win my money. We'll also talk solar energy with our good friend Christa Larsen with Vivant Solar. But without further ado, to my left, my good friend and co-host, Allie McCarroll. Allie Mack, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So, I had visitors this weekend, by the way. My mom was in town. I can't remember a worse weather weekend.
It's horrible.
In a long, long time. I mean, it was just a complete and total washout yesterday, was it not? And if I remember correctly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you were going to the Pro Bowl on Sunday. Did you go, or did you say, hell no?
I did go to the Pro Bowl.
Why?
Why? Because I got tickets. I brought tickets.
Yeah, I would have never. That's one of those things that if you ask me to do anything about 20 to 30 days in advance, I'll say yes to. But then when the time arrives, I'm like, what is wrong with me? And that would have been one of those events that I would have been sitting on my couch like,
well, we also don't know how long the Pro Bowl is going to be in Orlando, so we purchased tickets. We were, we wanted to be there and kind of experience it, and it was cold.
I didn't leave my house at all. In fact, my mother, who was visiting, wanted me to go buy a refrigerator because we've been doing some work in my house. She's like, hey, well, you ready to go to Home Depot now? And I looked at her like she had three heads. Like, are you out of your mind? I'm not leaving the house. Like, I was literally upset just the thought of leaving the house.
You didn't leave the house at all?
Not one time. But I did watch 2 movies.
You are a movie person.
Yeah, and I started a third, but I passed out. But, the Academy Awards, we had the movie buff on the other day, and we were talking about the Academy Awards, so I was like, I got to start watching these. I watched the one with Lady Gaga. What's that one?
Do you love that movie?
It was
A
so
Star
good.
Is Born.
You saw it?
I love it.
Oh, it was so good. I'm sorry. Call me a...
Did you cry at the end?
I didn't cry, but I mean, it certainly affected me emotionally.
You cried.
I didn't cry. Nah, come on.
You did.
I would probably
Just
tell
say
you.
it.
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't tell you. I don't know. But I didn't cry. But it definitely had an emotional impact.
Very
on
good
me.
movie, right?
And then earlier I watched Vice, which was okay. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was okay. It was sort of Vice's looking at Dick Cheney as vice president from sort of a leftist view, I would say. Mm-hmm. And then I started Bohemian Rhapsody. But then I quit. I fell asleep.
Was it the beginning good or?
I don't even know. I mean, I really went to sleep at very, very early.
My husband wants to watch that. I'll watch it and report.
Yeah.
I'll report back.
It's Justin Clark, Allie Mack on ESPN 580 Orlando. Behind the Law. Please follow us at Behind the Law Radio on Facebook or Instagram. You can watch the show right there. And also, don't forget, you can try to win my money during Stump the Clarkie here in about 30 minutes if you follow us at Behind the Law Radio. To my right, pushing the buttons, our dear friend, producer extraordinaire of the program, the beautiful Brianna. Hello, Brianna. Did you go to the Pro Bowl too?
I did not.
Oh,
no.
Thank goodness. I mean, who would want to... so you didn't go to the Pro Bowl, right?
No.
Your microphone's on
No.
now. Yes, it is
Thank you, I
officially on.
appreciate
Some host I am. You know what I mean? So what did you do this weekend? I mean, is this the rainiest you remember it here in a long time or what?
Rainiest and consistently cold.
Just terrible. I did notice the sun was out just a few minutes ago.
It was.
So
Was
that's always a big plus, I would say.
I think we're going to be like this the rest of the week.
What?
Cold.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard there's some big, huge snowstorm or something going through. I don't even pay attention anymore. Mm-hmm. I know. I lived in Boston for a long time, as you know. I got the heck out of there for that very reason. So, plenty of news out there today.
If it's on the internet, she's talking about it. It's What's Going On with Allie Mack.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on? Well, in the news today, of course, we are not going to let the Pro Bowl weekend slip away from us. This cold and miserable weather. And yours truly was in the game, freezing my butt off. And even though I dressed up in layers, the rain just penetrated everything, and I might be catching a cold, just FYI, Justin.
It's funny.
Everybody here.
It's funny you say that, though, because I know what time the game started, and I saw your post, and you were at the bar before like halftime. So how long did you really go to the game? You can't fool me.
We were in the game probably about, man, you saw my post, huh? Wow.
I did.
Maybe for 2 hours, a good 2 hours of soaking and freezing weather. But we walked from from Camping World all the way downtown, and it was a good walk. We were trying to hail a cab, but nobody was stopping for us, unfortunately. But we had a really good time. All the players were there. I think everybody probably left during halftime. The seats were barely filled. So, good game. I heard that they might be moving the Pro Bowl to a different venue.
Might.
So, I know some of the people there were hinting on Miami.
Yeah.
So, we wanted to make sure we were a part of that before that leaves.
I love Orlando. I love living here. I'm so happy that I ended up living and, have a family here. I love Central Florida. That being said, if I'm an NFL football player going to the Pro Bowl that has been held in Hawaii for like 100 years, I don't want to be negative towards Orlando. Yeah. I don't. But unless you have young children, do you really, if you're an NFL guy, do you want to come to the Pro Bowl here in Orlando? I don't know. I'm just saying. I hope it stays here. I love having it here. But I just don't. Does it make sense? I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, Cam Jordan arrived at the Pro Bowl, keeping with the games that were just happening, wearing a T-shirt saying, "Blow the whistle, not the game." Another player was wearing "Make no apologies." So they're making the reference to the Saints game and the Super Bowl that's heading up there. So a lot of the players were also having not fun with it. Well, I guess they were having fun with it, right? So hopefully the T-shirts are for purchase, and we can get some T-shirts and wear them as well. So James Harden was in Orlando last night.
James Harden? Mm-hmm. Oh, they were playing here?
They were playing the Orlando Magic, and guess who won?
The Rockets.
The Rockets. How did you guess?
Well, because
how'd you know?
I watched a little bit of the game, and like I told you, I'm so sick of this James Harden, no assist, all these points. It's annoying to me, but whatever.
You would do it differently, being an avid
I'm a point guard.
I
I like to pass the ball. I mean, he scores all these points without any assist whatsoever.
He's good, though.
I know he's good.
I was watching him last night.
It's just not my kind of basketball.
TMZ is reporting some of the players are sitting out a visit to the White House. The Red Sox, your team.
I know.
Some of the players are sitting out. They're supposed to be going in May, and what do you think of that? That's another team.
I've told you this before. First of all, I don't like the teams skipping the visit to the White House, period. But if you're so anti-Trump, I get it. That's fine. You skip the visit to the White House, but don't go visit former President Obama and Nancy Pelosi like the Warriors did last week. Mm-hmm. If you really are anti-Trump, you think he's racist, whatever it is, fine. Don't go to the White House, but do not go to D.C. like the Golden State Warriors did last week. They were playing the Washington Wizards, and they didn't go visit the White House. They went to visit Pelosi and Barack Obama, former President Barack Obama, and I didn't like that at all. I don't like that one bit.
I didn't mind that.
I know you didn't.
I saw that as like I said before, maybe they didn't want a fast food dinner that evening. Of course, I'm poking fun at it, but at the same time, it's. I wonder if the Super Bowl, whoever wins the Super Bowl, are going to do the same thing. So that's something that I'm going to be
I guess we'll soon
watching.
Find out.
I'll let you know. Yeah. So Anthony Davis, his contract's up.
I saw that.
So where's he going to go? What are your predictions?
It's definitely going to be L.A. He's going to the Lakers. He will be playing for the Lakers within the next 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Trade deadline's coming up very soon. Anthony Davis will be going to the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, and LeBron's been quiet. He's been hurt for the last 3 weeks. Yeah. He's been quiet, but behind the scenes, he's been working. He's been working this deal. His agent is the same agent as Anthony Davis's agent.
Is it really?
By the way. And also, there was a report a couple days ago that the LeBron camp wants Luke Walton fired as well. So we'll see. So LeBron's been out a few games, but he's been working his little magic behind the scenes. I think Anthony Davis will be playing for the Los Angeles Lakers this time next month. Anything else, Allie Mack?
That's all I have in the news for what's going on.
We will be right back. More Behind the Law on ESPN 580 Orlando. We're going to talk all things solar energy. Then we're going to let you try to steal my money on Stump the Clark. You all right on the other side of this break. It's Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando.
Now back to Behind the Law with Justin Clark, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Welcome back to the program. It's another edition of Behind the Law, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando. Justin Clark with you as we are every single weeknight, 8 o'clock p.m. Follow us at Behind the Law Radio. Go ahead and get prepared for Stump the Clark. You're right on the other side of this break. But first, a good friend of Allie Mack has decided to join us today to talk about all things solar energy. Look, you've driven down the street and seen those weird things on your neighbors' houses, and you've wondered, are they really paying $2 a month for electricity? Look, Allie Mack, my electricity bill, at least $500 a month. Maybe this time of year, $300.
Wow.
I mean, on a really good month, $300, but normally it's over $500 a month, which is a little bit ridiculous if you think about it.
That's because you live in a mansion.
Yeah, not really. Actually, I don't. I mean, it's really not that big. And I think that $500 a month is absolutely crazy. And I know that solar energy's kind of taken over the world here recently. We've heard a lot of people talking about it. But do you really know what solar energy is, what it means, how does it save you money? And that's why we wanted to invite a good friend, Christa Larsen, to the program today with Vivant Solar. How'd I do?
Vivant.
Vivant. I did terribly. Anytime she corrects you. So you say it then, Allie Mack.
Vivant.
Vivant?
Vivant.
So here's what we're going to do from now on, the rest of the show. I'm going to say, and we want to welcome back Christa Larsen to the program from
Vivant.
Solar?
That works.
Okay, is that good? Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about solar energy and how it can save us money on these huge electric bills, especially here in Florida.
Well, first of all, with the amendment being passed a few years ago, stating that you're able to produce your own energy now, a lot of people still don't know too much about it. They say it's still too new, the technology's not there yet, when realistically, solar's been around for a very long time. the technology has just gotten better every single day, progressively. With all technology, it's ever growing and ever changing, always. But by going solar, you're producing your own energy for your home efficiently just based off of the sun. You don't have to rent or buy your power from other places anymore. And basically, the energy isn't even here. It's being transported from like North or South Carolina anyways, and it's just hurting the environment always. So what's better than being able to produce your own energy based off of some panels on your roof by the sun?
I get it. I mean, that's great. Where it's good for the environment, that sort of thing. But when we talk dollars and cents, right? Let's just say hypothetically, my electric bill is $400 a month, and then I install solar. Where do you expect it to be? I'm not asking for guarantees. I just want to give our audience an idea of what solar really does to their monthly bottom line.
So, yes, solar systems for houses can be very expensive. It depends on how much energy you're already consuming. That's how we build the system size for that house. We take that little bar graph that's actually on your electric bill, and that's how we're able to design the system. So I've seen people's bills cut in half without receiving another bill from Duke or FPL or wherever their energy supplier is. Legally, in the state of Florida, you still have to be interconnected to the grid, however, so you still will be connected with that utility company. However, you shouldn't be paying your energy through them. We build the system based off of what you've already consumed in the past year. So if you're going over that, if you have companies staying longer or someone else moves into the house after your system is already there, yeah, you might get a little bill from Duke or FPL or something like that. It shouldn't be too high. But I've seen solar systems cut bills directly in half, and they're just paying the panels off. It just depends on how much energy you're using. Systems can be $14,000. I've seen systems be exponentially as large as $90,000. It just depends, and that'll show your monthly payment then. We do a 20-year warranty, so you'd be making the payments over 20 years then. So the payments are still pretty low if you're paying them over 20 years.
So let me be clear about this. So I have a $400 regular electric bill. Then I get solar panels through you guys. Should my Duke energy bill go down to basically $0 or $2 or $3 or half of what it was?
So you always have that interconnection customer charge, which can be like $7, $8, $9
right,
depending. So you will be getting that
right,
as well, because you legally have to be interconnected to the grid. But it just depends, like I said, how much energy that you are consuming for us to be able to see how much your bill will be.
So is a system based on how much energy and how many panels you have to place on my roof?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so we create a free design for you, basically, and the more accurate it is based off of your utility bill and the information that we need, we can build a more accurate system for you, and then we can show you how many panels, the exact design and placement where the panels would go. We have to look at your sun hours. We have to see if there's any shading on your roof from trees and such. The best placement for panels is on the south side roof as well here in Florida.
And do you guys finance?
Yes, we do
the
finance.
financing
Yes,
as
we
well?
do loan and lease, actually. We can only do lease, however, through Duke and OUC right now. Still working our way up there, but here in Florida, Duke and OUC, you have the lease option as well.
Let's talk about moving. This must be a question you get
yes.
quite a bit. So,
Yep.
I'm done. I want to support my environment, and I want to cut that Duke or OUC energy bill from $400 a month down to $10 a month. So I want to go solar. But I realized 2 years later, I just got transferred up to Columbia, South Carolina. What happens then?
So, if Duke is in that same area still, you can take the panels with you, of course. They give you that option if, you own them. But you're also moving to a new house, so you would probably rather find another option for that house because the energy consumption is going to be different. So you do have the option to bring it with you, but usually we still tell people you would rather want to get a new estimate on it. But the panels, especially, if they're not paid off either, they stay with the house usually.
Okay. Right.
So you're kind of gifting the new homeowners. It also puts you in a new market when you're selling your home.
But you're still paying them off, though.
No, it'll transfer to the next homeowners.
So you would, in essence, sell that to the
so
next owner.
Basically, you can bring up the price of your home that you're selling it for, pay off the system if you would like, and then give it to the homeowners. It just depends on realistically what you would like to do, but the system can transfer to the next homeowners as well, especially with a lease. It's just a little bit easier then. They don't have to qualify for it. It's just like a little gift for them.
And what is that? I mean, brings us to a great question, I think. What do you see or what do you hear rumors about that having solar does for the resale value of your home?
That it brings it down. I've heard everything in the book, basically. But realistically, you have to look at the market. I'm not going to sit here and tell you one thing when things could be very different. Yes, it can bring up the price and the value of your home. It also could bring it down depending on where the market is at currently.
Really? Mm-hmm. How could it bring it down? I think that would be a good thing.
If the economy drops, you never really know nowadays, Remember the crash that we had about 10 years ago?
Oh, do I ever?
Yeah. Oh, I remember
We felt
too.
it,
Do I ever?
definitely.
Absolutely. So it just depends on where the market and the economy is at the given time. But usually it would make the value of the home go up more.
We're talking to Christa Larsen of
Vivant.
Solar. How do we reach out? If we have any questions about solar, want to consider putting solar on our residential property, how do we reach out?
We have customer hotlines as well as online as well. There's a ton of sales manager reps in the area that I can provide information with, but online as well.
Beautiful. So let's say that it was your house. All right, you own a house over in, let's say, Oviedo. A couple kids paying $400 a month for electricity.
Oh, yeah.
Would you put solar on your home?
Absolutely.
And why?
Absolutely. Well, one, you're not going to be paying as much, which is great. You're helping the environment as well. And I would say for kids who are actually in college, living at home still, or even just like renting the home through their parents or something, I would think it'd be a lot more beneficial because they're using a lot of energy. They don't unplug anything. They don't really care about the LED light bulbs or anything. So I would definitely say it's more beneficial.
All right, good deal. Christa Larsen's here with Vivant Solar. She does all things solar energy. If you have questions about it, give us a call here in the studio, 321-282-1055. We're going to play Stump the Clarkie right on the other side of this break. Krista's going to beat me, allegedly, because the category today is solar energy. I mean, this is messed up. Brianna, I mean, this is not even right. I can't believe this. Who put her in charge of categories for Stump the Clarkie? Do you have any idea?
You.
All right, go ahead and follow us right now at Behind the Wall Radio, and you can enter your answers right there. If you beat me, you could win some money. Stump the Clarkie is right ahead of this short break. It's Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando.
Now back to Behind the Law with Justin Clark, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Welcome back to the program. It is Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. We follow live, local, and loud every single weeknight at 8 o'clock p.m. Check them out at 6. It's Nicky Football, Nick Renowitz with live, local, and loud, all things sports. Thank you for spending your evenings here with us. Go ahead and follow at Behind the Law Radio. We're going to play Stump the Clarkie here in just a minute. If you have any questions whatsoever, give us a call. Here in the studio, 321-282-1055. Allie Mack is here, probably sick from going to the Pro Bowl yesterday. Allie Mack, how are you?
I'm almost there. I might call in.
Yeah.
Just giving you a heads up.
321-282-1055. The beautiful Brianna is here, pushing the buttons, making sure we're on the air. Brianna, how are you?
Awesome.
Can you tell me,
you?
what was this MC thing you did, you and your husband? I mean, you guys are real,
was
like,
pretty
people
cool.
about town. What was this thing? Can you tell me, or is this, like, private?
No, it's not private.
Okay,
we did
what is it?
We emceed the Human Trafficking Awareness Day, because January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. So we were invited to MC that, the Awareness Day, and the film festival, which was great. It was a majority of Saturday.
How did it go? You did well?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're joined today by a good friend, Christa Larsen. She is an expert when it comes to solar energy. She works at
Vivant.
Vivant
Solar.
Solar. So if you have any questions whatsoever, Christa, how do we reach out to you about solar panels for our houses?
My email.
Go ahead. What's your email?
Krista.larsen@vivantsolar.com.
Now, in our pre-show meeting, which, is like 30 seconds, unfortunately.
Yes.
Allie Mack mentioned something about you were training for something. Do you want to talk about that or no?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. So you're like a bodybuilder or
Yes.
something, right?
So I also do bodybuilding competitions as my little side hobby that I like to do.
Nice.
So they have different areas that you can compete in: bikini, figure, physique for women. I'm going from bikini over to figure this year, so requires a lot of training, putting on muscle, and dieting down really hard.
So for the bikini, you're just toning, but you were ripped.
No, you're still doing like the same amount of work, but they don't require as much muscle.
And then now you're actually training to get more buff.
Yeah, upper body.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Very different.
I once did a large sweatshirt division. I looked really good. Yeah, they're like, please wear
That
your
might be a little different.
largest sweatshirt so you can hide your belly fat. And I did just fine. It was good.
You got first place?
Oh, yeah, I won that one. You ready to play Stump the Clarkie?
We are.
All right, and now it's time for Stop the Clarkie. Come on, Clarkie. We need you to get over here. We've got some great trivia questions we want you to answer. Come on, Clarkie. Get over here.
I love it.
Brianna, what are we playing today?
So Stump the Clarkie, we have 4 questions here, all about solar or renewable energy. So we are going to see if Christa can stump the Clarkie. What's going to happen?
I still think this is cheating. Are we really going to have the guest who obviously is an expert in that field? That's going to be the... I mean, this is BS. Are you guys trying to
Always
embarrass
telling
me?
people.
Is
You're
Oh, are
always
you playing
saying
against me?
you're- No, it's just Krista.
no. How about Allie Mack plays against me today?
Allie
I
can as
won
well.
last time.
She did win.
She did not win.
I did win.
did.
It was a tie, and you cheated on the first question.
I am
Wow.
offended.
Well, you did.
Anyways, people. So we have 4 questions here. I'm going to go through all 4 of the questions. You write down your answers, and then we're going to review the answers at the end here, okay?
Wrong
Better
category.
luck next time.
That was just for your category choice.
That was my
Wrong category.
choice. Well,
Go ahead.
we might let you choose next time, but don't put your money on it.
All right, go ahead, Brianna.
All right, question number 1, write it down. The average electric bill in Orlando is how much? Not at Justin's house.
I was gonna say.
An actual average. The average electric bill in Orlando.
That's a pretty good question, actually.
It is.
All right, I'll give her some props.
Not. It's an average, not like if you live in a mansion.
Not your average, Justin. And that's a monthly total. All right, question number 2. The potential to harness solar power was first discovered in what year? The potential to harness solar power was first discovered in what year? I'll give you a hint, it's the 1800s. So you got 100 different combinations to work with. This is going to be nice, guys. It's going to be nice. See if we know when
This is interesting.
solar was founded or
I'm
not.
going to learn something.
Okay, we're all going to learn a little bit of
Yeah,
something.
if you lose, by the way,
You owe him money.
Great.
Christa Larsen, if you lose,
Don't
you gotta
send this
choose.
to Vivant.
Question number 3. In order to power the entire Earth on renewable energy, how many square miles of solar panels will we need to install? If we want to power the entire Earth,
Good loud.
how many square miles of solar panels would we need? Come on, Christa, you can do this.
Oh, that's rough. That's a rough one.
She's like, one neighborhood, okay.
You need multiple solar farms.
Times, carry the one. You got this. You got this. It's 6 figures. I'll give you that as a.
All these hints, really? Okay, I'm
These are
changing my
legit
answer.
hints. These are legit hints.
6 numbers?
Only give us hints. Apparently, Justin doesn't need them.
These are legitimate, right?
No, obviously I do, because I said over 1 million. So thanks, I guess, but...
Well, you're welcome.
All right, Stump the Clarkie. Last question. Brianna, what is it?
How many utility companies are there in the United States? How many utility companies are there in the United States?
Got it.
Got it? All right, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds, and then we're going to go through the answers. This is going to be fun. That'll do it. Okay, pens down, or dry erase markers down.
We're playing Stump the Clarkie right here on Behind the Law. Justin Clark, Allie Mack, the beautiful Brianna with you today. We're doing a Stump the Clarkie about solar energy with our good friend, Christa Larsen. All right, Brianna, let's see who won this game. Score the game.
All right. Question number 1. The average electric bill in Orlando. What you guys have?
$250?
$250. All right.
I said $128.
128. Okay.
I said 150.
Wow. Okay. Justin, you got it. It's 130.
Oh, nice.
Whoa!
Nice.
Such a cheater.
Yes.
I almost dropped it down to 135.
It was really good.
That's one for Justin.
One for Justin.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You're,
the
you're
average-
sitting right next to the answers.
I actually, no, I did not cheat at all. So, Brianna, the average electric bill in Orlando is how much?
$130.
That sounds about right, I would say.
You know,
okay,
yeah, it does.
$130. All right, what was question 2? It's 1-0, by the way, Justin
Oh,
Clark.
here we go. Question number 2. The potential to harness solar power was first discovered in what year?
Does anyone want to say what they were going to guess before we got this hint of it was in the 1800s? I was going to probably say like early 1900s.
I was going to say in the 1900s
Yeah.
as well.
I said 1882.
I said 1872.
Oh, I said 1872.
Wow.
The right
funny.
answer is...
Looks like the ladies tied it up because it's 1839.
Okay.
Well,
Great answer. Great answer. That's the way to go.
So
That's
it's
the way to go.
1-1-1. Going into question
Decent.
3, beautiful Brianna. What is question 3? And Stump the Clarkie.
In order to power the entire Earth on renewable energy, how many square miles of solar panels would we need to install?
And this is sort of an unfair, tough question, I believe, but
Is
that's
it?
okay. I said Justin Clark goes with 600,000 miles.
1,582.
She missed the hint.
Okay.
Well, so
Missed the hint.
that's
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Krista Larsen, what did you say?
800,000.
It's 191,000.
Oh, way off.
Justin gets the
know.
point with 600,000. You know, I was over
Nice.
500,000 miles off. I will
Wow.
I know.
take that one right
Yes.
there.
Wow.
This is for you, Allie Mac.
Ooh, better luck next time.
Thanks, Justin.
Jeez.
All right, question. So what is it? 2-1-1, I believe.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead for the final question of Stump the Clarkie for a Monday night here on Behind the Law. Go ahead, Brianna.
How many utility companies are there in the United States?
Krista Larsen, you're the guest. You go first.
Okay, great. 32.
Allie Mack.
I said 100.
Justin Clark says 182 utility companies.
And there are 3,350
Oh.
utility companies in the United States.
Way off.
Justin Clark. Justin Clark wins again on Stump the Clarky.
Not able.
Good job. Thanks for trying, girls. Better luck next time.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for being with us. Clarky, let's get out of here, buddy. My stomach thinks my throat's cut. I'm starving.
Do we win anything for participating?
I mean, I should win for winning. I think I should win something for winning, don't you think? Thanks for playing Stump the Clarky today. If you have any questions, it's 321-282-1055. Always feel free to play to win Clarky's money every single weekday. Follow us at Behind the Law Radio. One more segment ahead with our good friend Christa Larsen. If you're thinking about putting solar energy in your home, you're going to want to stick around to the other side of this break. It is Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando.
Nice.
Now back to Behind the Law with Justin Clark, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando.
No, it is not Vanilla Ice, Allie Mack.
Thank you for that.
321-282-1055. Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. It's Justin Clark and Allie Mack joining you every single weeknight, 8 o'clock p.m. We follow live, local, loud. Those guys doing a great job from 6 to 8. Nicky Football, Nick Renowitz. We got the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. A tough week to be a Pats fan like I am, as you know. Mm-hmm. But everyone hates me, essentially. Let's just be honest. I'm a hated man this week. But it should be a good game this Sunday. Where are you watching the game? Do you know?
We're probably going to watch it at home.
Yeah. I feel like Super Bowl's kind of amateur hour. It's almost like going to the bar for Halloween, you know? Like, who wants to do that?
Yeah, I'd rather watch it at home. When you go to the bar, you can't really hear the play-by-play and stuff. Not that I understand it, but you know what I mean? You're like, okay.
Brianna, where do you and your husband watch the Super Bowl?
We watched the Super Bowl.
I said super. No, I said stupor.
Super
Oh, because, well, here's why I said that. Because my daughter calls it the stupid bowl, so I'm getting confused. Okay. She's only 6, but she already hates it.
We actually have a tradition of watching the Super Bowl separately. So.
Oh, yeah.
Great
marriage.
Okay.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. Where are you going to be, girl?
It's amazing.
True love. True
love. Oh, that's all
right
you're going to
there.
share. Okay, never mind.
Absence make the heart go fonder.
Okay.
Christa Larsen joins us today with
Vivant
Solar. They do solar panels for your roof to try to take that electric bill away. Christa, let's get right into it. What kind of credit do I need to get these solar panels on my roof?
So obviously you need decent credit. We require at least a 650 or a 680, depending on if it's a loan or a lease.
And then what can I expect my payments to be per month for these panels? Like, how do you guys do that? Give me an idea what I'm going to be paying per month for these panels.
It's really hard to give a ballpark because every house is different. And what I don't even like
average house, 1,000 square feet.
I know. I don't even
Paying
like to give that
$250.
only because
No.
it just depends. Depending on your sun hours and where the shading is on your house, if we can get that 100% offset from your utility bill, awesome. Your payments might be looking like, if you're paying around $250, it might be looking like it could be $50 off, $75 off. It could be the full $100 off even, and it's a fixed payment. It just really depends.
There's always been this talk about tax benefits, or at the end of the year you can write off some of this on taxes. Is that still true, or is that gone?
Yes. So right now, until the end of this year, you can get 30% back federal income tax credit. But we can't tell everyone that they're getting it if they own the system. It depends on their financial situation, where they are at, and I just tell them you'll need to speak with your CPA.
And that includes if they're leasing?
No,
it's
not
only
if
if
they're
they
leasing.
purchase.
Yes, so only if they purchase the system and they, finance it, then you can get that back. So when they file their taxes at the end of next year, they'll be getting that 30% back. However, after this year, it'll be dropping 4%, so it'll be at 26%, and it'll keep going down until it's just zero. Florida's only doing this for a little bit longer.
Oh, so now's the time to purchase.
Exactly,
Justin.
right now.
You think so?
Save
Now's
on
the
your-
time.
yeah,
Now's the
it's
time.
$500 bill? That's crazy.
30% back of your system.
Christa
insane.
Larsen joins us today on Behind the Law, talking about solar energy, how to get those solar panels on your house, and can you save money on your electric bill? Do you find that the electric companies dislike you and what you guys are doing, or they really don't care? I mean, they're just sort of public utilities,
I mean, they're a monopoly at the end of the day. They definitely don't like us.
Shots fired.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. So the more people that go solar, the more they're going to increase their rates every single year. So it kind of isn't good for the homeowners who are staying with the utility companies, but not everyone can go solar.
So I know when solar energy first made the scene, so to speak, I mean, these were pretty big panels that sort of took up the whole roof. I mean, are these still huge things, or are they kind of hidden now?
So, it depends on the company that you're going with as well, and the product that they have. I sometimes think they look a little bit more like skylights sometimes, and it makes your house look a little bit better. I wouldn't say they're as big and as bulky and as ugly as they used to be with the blue and aluminum color that they would have up there. Now they're pretty much just all black. They're pretty sleek, more modern now, so they don't look as hefty on your roof, but they actually protect your roof as well in that area, so why not?
When you're getting them installed in your roof, I would imagine, wouldn't it cause some damage to your roof or anything? Has anybody ever?
It depends on the people installing it, realistically. They do have to connect it to the roof, obviously, and they will be drilling holes, yes, but as long as it's sealed properly, there really shouldn't be any damage. And we guarantee with Vivant that it's going to be watertight, sealed for 20 years.
So last time that we had our hurricane come through here, Hurricane Irma, I believe, we all go outside and take our outside furniture. I was going to say around our pool area, but then you're going to make fun of me, say, "Oh, everyone has a pool, huh?" You're going to give me more
I don't
grief.
have a pool.
Okay. So, we take precautions around our home to make our home safe from the hurricane and the winds that come with a hurricane.
Of course.
Now I have solar. Is this something that I have to worry about, that these panels are going to fly off and go crashing down the street and hurt my neighbors?
You should not have to worry about that. However, if the winds are strong enough to the point where it can take off your roof, your panels are still going to be connected to the roof, but your roof's going to go. But most people, you don't really need to worry about that unless, obviously, the winds are that strong. But you shouldn't be getting any leaks. If you do happen to get a leak where the panels are placed, that is also under warranty. But your panels are still going to be stuck to that roof.
Well, tell me the difference between leasing versus purchasing these panels, because I heard you ask questions about leasing before, and I know a lot of people seem to buy them. What is the difference in leasing? We all understand leasing versus purchasing a car. Yeah. We get that. Yeah. But when it comes to solar at our house, we don't quite understand that as well. Explain the differences, Christa Larsen, between leasing solar panels and purchasing them.
So it depends on your financial situation as well, and also the sun hours and whatnot on your home. So let's say an older elderly couple, they don't want to own a system at 70 years old. They don't know if they're going to be here in 20 years to pay it off realistically. The lease is still for 20 years, but there's, little loopholes and everything as well, so it might be easier for them. And also, if their bill is a bit lower than your average bill, maybe around $100 or so, the lease might be more beneficial for them because their payments are going to be much lower than that, and it will benefit them in the long run.
Let me ask you a question, Allie Mack. Let's say you and Christian are going to go buy a new house in the suburbs. You're going to come join me in the suburbs, right?
Okay, now we're talking.
You're going to pop out a couple new kids.
What?
You're going to start over.
I'm ending this conversation right now.
But anyway, so you're going to move to the suburbs, and you're looking to buy this house next door to mine because we just don't like to be apart, you know?
Okay.
And the house has solar panels on the roof, perfectly functioning, and you know your electric bill is going to be $8 a month. Does that make you more likely to purchase this home or more likely to not purchase the home?
I think I would probably look for a house. If I had 3 houses to choose from, I would actually be more inclined to purchase the one with the solar panels, knowing it will save me money.
The beautiful Brianna, your thoughts? Same question.
Oh yeah, I'm all for renewable energy. So definitely, if there is a, I'm on.
Yeah, you're on now.
Here I am, and
I might have won Stump the Clarky, but I lost the turn Brianna on bet today. Go ahead. That didn't sound good either.
That sounded weird.
Go for solar panels.
Look, let me tell you something. I'm the only dude in the room. You guys are ganging up on me, and it's not right. This is not right.
Yeah, let's talk about that email, man-hater. Man-haters.
So the beautiful Brianna, you're going to buy a house. You have 2 very similar houses, same price point. One has solar, one does not. What do you choose?
The one with the solar, of course.
So, I mean, it seems like everyone that I talk to, Christa, seems to really like the idea of solar. They really, really do. What is the biggest challenge you have when you're in someone's home and they're considering solar from your sales pitch or your salespeople, whatever? What is the biggest pushback that you get?
Just the negative feedback that we've had from it over so many years, you know? People getting stuck with other people's bills when they move. The solar panel is not even working properly for them. Or, you know, there's a lot of mom and pop places, you know, solar panel companies that have just popped up and then they make these 20-year contracts and then they just disappear. So people ask, how do we know you're going to be here in the long run? So why would they go solar if they don't know that?
And that's a great last question because there have been a lot of solar energy companies that have popped up with very bad people running them, Allie Mack. I mean,
I came from one.
There are a lot of bad solar companies out there. They're good ones. You know, one of my very best friends works at one, and they do a great job. I know they care about their customers, but a lot of them are here, and then they're gone.
Yep.
Here and gone. And what would you do as a homeowner who is going to get solar to really vet which company to use for solar? What would you do?
I will sit down with the homeowner right then and there and literally research with them. I will give them the copied paperwork in their email to go over everything as well. Take your time. You don't need to sign this today if you do not want to. I am not pressuring you, but I would like you to do your research, and I'm going to go over everything that our company even is about, everything that it is established under. It's a multi-billion-dollar company, and we're partnered with so many people, and we're actually sponsored with Nike. Well, so Nike's going to be around for a while. We're also going to be around for a while.
Excellent job today. Christa Larsen of
Vivant Solar.
How do we reach out? One more time.
My email is Christa.Larsen@vivantsolar.com, and my phone number is 407-687-8188.
Thanks for coming on. Come on and see us anytime. Christa Larsen for the beautiful Brianna. Allie Mack, good job today.
Thank you.
I don't know much, but I do know one little teeny tiny thing.
And what's that?
I will see you right back here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. ESPN 580 Orlando.